Hi, welcome to My No Carb Life. My name is Steph, and this week's video I am super excited about. It is going to be a carnivore video on a budget. Carnivore on a budget. So we are going to try and attempt to buy groceries for the week for the carnivore diet with around $50. I might go a little over, I'm not sure. I'm going to attempt to go to the grocery store and find what's on sale, and also the things that I love to eat. I don't just want to eat ground beef and patties, although they are cheap and easy to make. I love them. I love eating ground beef, but I do also love steak. And so because steak is on sale at our local grocery store, I am going to pick up some of that. And we're gonna try to spend around $50. So I am gonna take you along with me. We're going to find the things that are on sale that are simple to make, delicious, things I'm excited about eating, but also budget friendly. I know that with eating carnivore and eating meat, it can get expensive, but I do feel like I have seen a savings in the way that we used to eat versus now, because I'm not buying the sides. I'm not buying all the extra seasonings and spices and sauces and vegetables and fruit and all that. I'm just spending the money on the main dish, which the star of the show is the meat every meal, and I only eat 2 meals a day now. So I think that that saves money also. For those of you that are new here, I have been eating carnivore for almost 2 years. It has helped me with a lot of my health issues with IBS, anxiety. I have lost 35 pounds. I can say that now. For so long I said I've lost 30 pounds, and now I've lost another 5 pounds. So I've lost 35 pounds total, and I've maintained the 30 pounds of weight loss for over 1.5 years now. And my autoimmune disorder is in remission. I had Hashimoto's and I was on medication, and I am no longer on medication. So I'm very thankful for all that carnivore diet has done for my health and has helped with my health issues. So I'm excited to take you along with me and to see what we can find for budget-friendly groceries this week. And I'll show you my dress for those of you that love clothes. We got done with church, and now I'm filming. I'm gonna go to the store. So I'm just keeping my dress on, but I love dresses. They're like one of my favorite things to wear, and I feel like this is a good transitional dress from summer to fall, and it feels very, I don't know, I feel like a princess or something in this dress. So let's go to the store and see what we can find for budget-friendly groceries. Okay, we just got back from the store, and as you saw, they had some pretty good sales. So the eggs were only $1.97 each, so we were able to get 2 of these, which brought that to $4 for 24 eggs. And I eat 4 eggs every morning, so that is a very good deal. This will get me through 6 days. And this is based on 6 days of eating. I usually do 1 day a week of 24-hour fast. So I'm assuming that this is going to be for 6 days, and then I'll fast 1 day. So exactly 24 eggs gets me through 6 days, and that's $4. And then this is one of the packs of bacon from Costco. We bought a pack of bacon, and 4 of these is $18. So for 4 something, this one is what I will eat. I will eat 1 pack throughout the week, just myself. So that is gonna be for breakfast all week with the eggs. And then we have the ground beef. I ended up getting ground beef because I wanted to get tri-tip, but when I went to the store, it was untrimmed, which is good because then there's more fat on it, but none of them looked very good. And they were, I think it was $8.99 a pound, which was the same price as I paid for steak. And I thought, you know what, if I have to choose between the two, I would much rather have steak than tri-tip because it's more fatty. And tri-tip isn't typically a fatty meat. It's a little bit more lean. So I opted for the ground beef instead and the steak, which I'll talk about in a second because this was such a good deal. But I ended up getting, this is 3 pounds of ground beef and I paid $12. So it was on sale for $3.99 a pound, which is really good. And it's the 80-20% ground beef, so it's higher in fat, which is perfect. That's what I want. And this will be 3 nights of a dinner. So I might eat a beef bowl with some cheese, or I might even make these into meatballs. I've been wanting to try an air fryer meatball recipe, so I will eat this for 3 nights because that's about a pound a night, and that's about what I end up eating for dinner. And then the star of the show is gonna be these beautiful boneless New York steaks, which when I went to the store, I knew that they were on sale, but I didn't realize that it was the boneless ones that were on sale. So I was so excited when I got there because, you know, I love the flavor of steak with the bone in, but it's just a little bit harder to, like, you have to just cut around it and eat around it. And this is so nice because you get all of the meat to eat. And this is just over 3 pounds of New York steaks, and it was $28. So this will be 3 nights, 1 steak each night, which I do not mind eating steak. I mean, honestly, I would eat steak every night, but to keep this at around $50, I thought, you know what, I'll do 3 nights of steak and 3 nights of ground beef. So that brings the total to $49, which if you divide that by 6 days, that's just over $8 a day, which divided by 2 meals, because I eat a breakfast and a dinner, that is about $4 average for a meal. Now, $4 for each meal is so good. I mean, you can't go out to eat for that cheap. You can't do most things. You can't even buy a coffee for $4 nowadays. So for me to get 2 meals a day for 6 days for $4 a meal, I am very happy with that. That to me is super budget friendly. And I'm not just eating ground beef and eggs, I'm eating steak. So steak is half of my week. So I was super happy. Sometimes shopping around and finding sales really pays off. And while I do love Costco, I find that I can find certain things on sale some weeks at local grocery stores. And so this steak was a total steal. So yeah, so that is very budget friendly in my opinion. $4 a meal is really cheap, and I'm not really gonna get much cheaper than that unless I'm just eating ground beef or patties every day. To save money, you really can buy like the huge roll of ground beef, and you can break it up and do a lot with that. You can make your own patties with that, and that is an option. But I just didn't want to just eat patties all week. I wanted to have some variety, and steak is my absolute favorite. So if I can fit it into my budget, believe me, I'm going to try to make it happen because I just love steak. Speaking of loving steak so much, I thought I would take you all along for a little bit of a meal prep and kind of do a voiceover here. We're going to salt these steaks with Redmond's Real Salt. I salt the front and the back, and I use a lot of salt. I really like a generous amount because I don't use any other seasonings. I definitely like my salt. And then I let them sit at room temperature for about an hour. So we're going to cook these on the Blackstone outside. So we go ahead and sear them first for a couple minutes, and then we let them cook the rest of the way to a medium rare. Of course, I'm going to use my Kirkland's butter, and I put about a tablespoon on each steak, and then I let the steaks sit for about 5 to 10 minutes covered for the butter to melt everywhere. I didn't include the butter in this week's budget-friendly grocery haul, but I definitely recommend having a big supply of butter, as you will go through a lot of butter on Carnivore. But look at that medium rare steak. It looks so good, and I just could eat steak every single day. I'm not kidding. Okay, we're gonna try a bite of this steak. It's like, you can see it's like dripping the melted butter. It looks so good. We cook our steaks to medium rare, and we love the Blackstone. It is honestly so convenient and just a simple, easy, quick way to cook steak. I do like cooking it inside on the cast iron, but the Blackstone is just so nice, especially right now. The evenings are so nice here, so to be able to go outside and cook is wonderful. But these steaks are amazing. I could eat steak every day for every meal. Maybe that's an acquired taste. I think the longer that I'm carnivore, the more that I'm craving and desiring meat. So anyways, that is gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that it showed you a little bit more about how you really can do carnivore on a budget, even eating steak. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.